Happy Monday! This is Charity Murphy. I am so excited to come to you live with another episode of Girl Bosses Unplugged. I am so honored to have you on with me today. Amber, she is one of my coaches. You've been on the team for about 4 years now?
I'm about 4.5, yes.
4.5 years. You signed up to be a coach. I am celebrating 7 years this month as a coach. It's hard for me to believe it's been that long, and my life has changed so incredibly much since I started. But today I wanted to share a little bit about your story, because you have one of the most amazing stories of anybody I've ever talked to, or even one of the most amazing stories I've had on Girl Bosses Unplugged every week. We met about in person. I'll never forget the day we met in person. We were on a cruise that we both earned for working our Beachbody business. And I know that every single day we were like, oh my gosh, I hope we run into each other. And that day we finally did. It was like we met, because we live on opposite sides of the country.
Yeah. Yes.
So, welcome to Girl Bosses Unplugged, Amber. That day was pretty awesome for us, right?
It was. I remember telling my husband, just look for pink. And if you see somebody that you think is pink, yell Amber, and then yell Charity.
Yes, and it was like the last day of the cruise, and we were like, oh my gosh, finally. And we spent the next 2 hours sitting by the pool, catching up and just celebrating each other's successes.
Yeah, that was because that was the cruise that we did not have internet or phone capabilities. So we just had to use the old school method and just look for each other.
Oh my gosh. And being that we never met in person before, it was like, oh my gosh. But the moment we finally saw each other, we're like, oh my gosh.
Yes. Yep.
And of course, we became quick friends since then, and we've stayed close through the ups and downs of life. And I just want to talk for a minute about that day at Summit. And I was in Nashville, just a newlywed, and I think it was the opening night of Summit, maybe the second night, and all of the coaches that kicked butt in their business were being recognized on stage of like 25,000 people. And I just remember being on the ground floor with my phone, anxiously awaiting to see my friend Amber. And I can't talk about this with kind of getting teary-eyed, because that day was so proud for me. You were proudly walking with your newly bald head, battling cancer, taking chemotherapy. You made no excuses. You showed up at Summit that day, and you were proudly walking the stage. And I just remember catching it on film, and I was like, oh my gosh, you made it. What was that moment like for you to be recognized at Summit?
It was breathtaking, to be honest. And I think the best thing about it is I had been to Summit the year before, and I remember sitting way up in the stand, and you see this huge area of floor where, each chair has been sat for somebody, and they're reserved for somebody special, that you don't just go there early and get your seat. Like, it's reserved. Yeah. And I remember looking over at one of my friends and saying, I'm going to sit down there next year. You watch, I'm going to sit down there. And I remember just thinking to myself, what can I do? How can I push myself? I don't care what I need to do or what the hours are that I need to spend, but I want to be down there sitting next year. And it was great, because not only did I get invited to sit down there, I also got invited to walk across stage. So that was, it was really neat. And to know that I didn't just walk across that stage because of something that I had done or something that, that I necessarily had put out. I walked across that stage because of people's lives that I helped change. So that's what really felt the best.
And that moment was so amazing for me as your upline to see you. I was like, I was so proud. I just wanted to just run out there and walk with you because I felt like over the last 3-4 years since you became a coach, we've been walking side by each other, especially since that day back in April when I got this call and you told me I was diagnosed with cancer today. And instead of telling people or deciding that you're going to battle this cancer and just kind of like sit on the sidelines of your life and pray that it works, you told me something that was so powerful. Tell everybody what you did that day. Instead of like, you got this diagnosis and you were going to fight it, but you were also going to like take it to the next level. Tell people about your mindset that day.
I did. Well, first of all, I don't know anybody. I don't have anybody in my family that's ever had cancer ever, not even a spouse, literally nobody. So the fact that I got diagnosed, I was just kind of really, I kind of was very ignorant to it. I didn't know anything about it. So immediately, I start thinking of my husband with, I'm sorry, my dog's barking. I start thinking of my husband with another wife. I start thinking of my kids with another mom. I thought of my parents have to bury me. I even thought of my sister and brothers, telling people, I could even see them telling people, yeah, my sister had cancer, and them talking while I was no longer there. I didn't know what else to think. I just was just sure I was going to die. What else do you think of? Or, what else happens, I guess is kind of what I thought. Yeah. So I remember, I went to bed a couple nights later, and I remember praying and saying, God, I just know that I am not meant to end this way. And I don't want to, and I will do whatever I have to do. Just please tell me and show me. And I literally woke up the next day. I said those prayers at probably about 1 o'clock in the morning when I went to bed. And I woke up the next morning pissed off. And I have no other words. I was mad. And I was like, that's it. This is not going to happen. I would basically, I just thought, the hell with this is what I thought. And I put my game face on. I got mad. I thought, the best thing I can do is help other people while I'm helping myself. I have all these tools. I have all these tools in front of me. If I can help other people while I'm helping myself, why not use this time to move forward with this?
Right. And I just remember that day you were like, Charity, I was diagnosed with cancer and I got this leave from work and I am going to push it to the next level. Like, some people would be like, I got cancer and I have an excuse now. I'm just going to kind of fight this thing and I'll get back to working my business when I overcome this. But you were like, no, I am going to use this time to my benefit and I am going to crush it with my business. You watch me. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I knew that you would because you are this kind of a girl who has fire in her eyes, and when you set your mind to do something, you do it. Everything, like, you put all your heart, mind, might, effort into making it happen. What was it like for you that day, like when you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get paid time off to fight cancer and I'm gonna push my home business to the next level?
Yeah. Well, I didn't know at first that, I've been with the company for 12 years and I didn't know that there was a short thing as, short-term disability. I don't ever get sick, thankfully. And I've never had anything serious happen in my life while I was working with that company. So I just really kind of thought to myself, I don't have a choice. My husband's in the military. We all know that military does not get paid well. And, just because a person has a job today does not mean they're going to have it tomorrow. So I thought, I have got to use this time that I'm not working full time at another job, just hitting it hard and reaching out to as many people as I can. And so I tried to do that. And I tried to do that in the moment. So in the moment that I did that, I really was an open book. I was so ignorant about cancer, what I had said, that I wanted to be an open book about myself, because I thought, if I'm out there and know nothing about cancer, there's somebody out there on my Facebook page that sadly is probably going to get diagnosed, and they're going to know about it because I'm putting my journey out there. So I was just an open book, and I had so many people following my journey. Because I put good days on there, I put bad days on there. I remember one day having to sit on a stool making my Shakeology because I felt so bad. And I put everything out there, absolutely everything. I was doing my workouts during my chemo. I was carrying my Shakeology into having my chemo treatments. I mean, I was an open book is basically what I was.
Well, and I know that there are some people that, if they are diagnosed, they might cower and just feel sorry for themselves and not share. And you were so brave all along the way to share the good days, like you said, and the bad days. And you continued working out and doing all of the things that you were doing before. But before we get into that, I want to talk about at 28, what happened to you when you were at 28 years old?
Well, when I was 28, I had a heart attack.
Heart attack.
A full heart attack, yes. I had just had Brody that year, my second son, and I was overweight. I really kind of have always battled this chubbiness. Like, I wouldn't really say, obese, but I was never lean or fit or anything like that. So I really wasn't in the best shape when I got pregnant with Taylor. I gained 80 pounds with Taylor, only lost half of it. And then I got pregnant with Brody. And after I had Brody, I actually gained weight. So the 70 pounds I put on with Brody, I never lost. And I know the quote that you love, my dad is the oldest living Flambeau, which is my maiden name, because everybody in our family, his dad, his grandpa, his sister, his brother, everybody has died from a heart attack. Everybody. So my dad is 60. Oh my gosh, he's going to kill me. 65, I believe. And I'm going 1 year less than I think, just so I don't make him mad. But he's 65, I believe. And, he's still going strong. And he drinks his Shakeology, and my mom drinks her Shakeology. But to get back to it, the cardiologist, who is a doctor and who I'm pretty sure is not allowed to say this, I remember him looking at me and saying, Amber, you have to lose weight, and I don't care if you starve yourself. You have to lose the weight. And I was like, okay. And I says, well, what weight should I be at? And he goes, you need to be around 150 pounds. And I remember looking at him joking, thinking, I actually said this. I said, you'd have to chop my body in half if you ever wanted me to be 150 pounds. And that was in 2008. And then we transferred. And I remember one day I was sitting, I had tried gyms and, you go to the gym and blah, 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 blah. But I thought I was eating healthy, but I wasn't. And then I was craving all these things. Like, I was just so lost on the situation. Yeah. And I remember we were sitting at the Wisconsin Dells at an indoor water park, and I saw a post come up about Beachbody and joining a challenge. And I thought, well, and so I started talking to her, and she mentioned the 100% discount, or not discount, I'm sorry. What am I looking for? Guarantee. Yep. She's like, Amber, it's guaranteed. Yeah. You try it. And I use this all the time on people because I'm honest. I would have never tried. Back then it was 168, I believe. I would have never spent that money had I not had the guarantee. So I always use that because I am frugal myself. And I remember thinking, oh, what the heck? Let me try it. Give me whatever you think. And it was Brazil butt lift. And I tried it. And I remember it took me about 2 weeks worth of trying Shakeology different ways before I found a way I liked it. But I lost 100 pounds.
What?
100 pounds. I lost 100 pounds, and it wasn't, you know, in our first 90 days. I think in the first 90 days, I lost almost 50. I think it was like 48. I have my notes. But anyway, so on my journey, I lost 100 pounds, and I was amazed at how the whole package is, the exercise, the nutrients, and the support. And you don't get all three of those with any other, you don't get it with the gym, you don't get it, I mean, you don't get it at all with any other company or any other workout or any other gym or anything. So that's where my success laid. And that is really the line I use to help a lot of people, is saying those three things: exercise, nutrition, and support.
Well, and not to mention that when you buy a Beachbody program, you get a free coach. Like, you could go to a gym and get that kind of support, but you'd be paying like $200 or $300 to have a trainer and a nutritionist help you. And what's beautiful about Beachbody coaches is we're real people who've had great results, and we share that passion and help other people get results too. Oh my gosh, 100 pounds. I don't think I ever knew that you lost that. I've seen your before and after photos, but I didn't realize it was 100 pounds.
Yes. Yep. It was. And yeah, that was a good feeling, because I was, you know, I was just about to hit 250. And I remember the day I hit 148, I thought, I chopped my body in half. Because I thought, oh, if only I could go back out to North Carolina, you know, to that doctor that we saw while we were stationed out there. I could walk in with both my legs and be like, look, I'm one person, but I lost all that weight that you told me to.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it's, I mean, it, you know, it's definitely saved my life more than once. I mean, it's, you know, my oncologist still does not understand. He tells me all the time, he goes, are you bionic? You know, he says, are you from another planet? He goes, I just don't understand how you just do so well. And, you know, my hair I did not become bald. I became very, very thin hair, which he says does not happen. He goes, I can't explain that, Amber. He goes, everybody that's on your chemo loses their hair. I don't quite understand that. And like, I gained weight when I had chemo, which I was not happy about. Actually, I was not happy at all about. And he was ecstatic about, because he goes, you know, people don't gain weight when they're going through this, Amber. And so, you know, I think that had another thing to say about the nutrition and, you know, my fitness. I was just in such a, had I not lost that 100 pounds and had I not been taking shake, you know, already been on the path of drinking Shakeology daily, I just know I would not have been able to fight that fight as hard as I did. And who's to know if I would have even, you know, I truly believe that, you know, God put this in my path for me to get healthy, to fight this battle. So it's, you know, it's just a full circle, you know, and if I've been helped, then I am not giving up helping other people.
Yeah, and that's what I love, because you have never been a person to sell a product. You share authentically about what's worked for you, and you help people by just sharing. Like, I love that about you and about our businesses. We're just like real people with real results. I've never had a heart attack, and I haven't had cancer, but we all have a unique story to share. And one of the things that you shared recently on our team page is that you need to turn your mess into your message. Will you share just a minute about that? What do you mean by your mess into your message?
Well, I can give you a little rundown of, you know, I do have 3 children, and I have a dog, and now I have a cat. I don't know how that happened, but that happened. And my husband is in the military. He was gone a lot. He is here right now because of my cancer diagnosis. But this summer, he's getting ready to leave us, and we don't know if he's going to leave for a full year. We don't know, really, we just don't know. So, you know, I can't rely on my husband to be here. So a lot of times I am a single married mom. This last spring we moved 4 times in 1 month. And I do work full time on top of Beachbody. I am the secretary for our church. I have it wrote down because I have so many things going on. I'm the treasurer of our PTA, the treasurer of our mom of preschoolers. And I'm getting certified right now and studying to be a personal trainer and a nutritionist. And I'm getting certified on Sunday for PIO instruction, and I'm still in school. So on top of all that, I am a Beachbody coach. So when somebody says, oh, but I don't have time, I like to say, let me pull out my list, because I have so much going on that I have to write a list of everything that I do. Yeah. But what I say with turn your mess into a message is everything that happens in life that you consider a mess, you can absolutely turn it into a message. Like with my cancer, what a mess that was. But, I was able to turn and help people with it. And, I still believe that my heart attack, the mess that was, that is ultimately what led me to Beachbody. So I just think that everything that people consider going wrong in their life is actually something that they can turn into a message, which helping other people.
Exactly. And you have, your list is so long, yet you still have time to do the basics every day. And you're like all of these things, and you're fighting cancer, and you're still sharing authentically. And that really is the beauty of this business, and the beauty of your success is because you have just shared. You've never been a salesperson or a pushy person. You share what works for you. You share your life. You share your mess. I mean, a lot of times I'm scrolling through the news feed and I see one of your posts and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. And, I like to just, I like to share what's going on, because I'm a very positive person, and I believe in sharing positive things. I don't like negative Nellies, because I'm telling you, if I sit down on Facebook and I start reading somebody, and by the 3rd time I've seen their post, it's all negative, I'm going to hide them, because it is just yuck. Now, if it's somebody that's like me, that likes to share positivity or likes to share, and then all of a sudden I have this moment where, I don't know. I can just share this one moment of where my child decided to poop everywhere. This was a long time ago. And I'm just like that's a moment, and that happens to real people.
Yeah.
So it's just, sharing that is just, it makes you kind of laugh. It makes you remember that. I like people to remember that I am a Beachbody coach, and I do post a lot about Beachbody, but at the same time, I am a human being, and I am a mom, and things go wrong. Things go very, very, very wrong. Yeah. And when you can post that and make somebody laugh, or, when your kids, say, repeat things at school that you really never expected them to repeat, things like that. It's, I think it just reminds people that, they want to follow you because they realize that you're real. It doesn't mean that you have to always only share the positive, or necessarily even be fake. I mean, just don't always, you'd never see me post, oh, this is such a horrible day, or, oh, I can't, nothing like that. It's, you can still post the stuff that happens in your life without being a yucky negative person, even though they are negative things. I never wanted my child to go to school and repeat things that I didn't want him to repeat.
I know. All kids do that, but I think that the way to do that successfully when you're in business for yourself on Facebook is to share the silver lining, the message in the story, or the humor in it, and just share that, because people will relate to you when you're real and sharing the real life struggles and the things that you're learning, because nobody wants to follow a negative Nelly. I actually was on the news feed yesterday, hide, because I'm tired of seeing political posts. I haven't posted a single political post, and I need to do my ballot today. I have the absentee ballot. But anyway, I mean, just sharing and being real and sharing your messages. So Amber, I am just so amazed by you, and I'm so honored to be your friend and have you on my team. Will you share with our friends, what are your must-dos every day?
Okay. Well, basically, my to-do list is the absolute first thing I write. I am a paper and pen type of person. I love my phone. I try to love technology. I'm not real good on, speaking of it, I just got a text from the school. See, Mom, real things happen, like I'm live and I have a text. So I'm just going to mumble real quick while I send it back. Okay, here we go. So, the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is I do my to-do list, and I do it on pen, and I do it on paper, and I keep those to-do lists every single day. It's like a little tablet. And whenever I say tablet of paper, my kids think I mean like an iPad. I'm like, no, you can touch it. So I write out all those, and I write down my lists that I do, like my 21-day fix page, my fit page, or any challenge groups that you have going on. I also have to post on the coach page. Some days I like to post congrats to people. Some days I like to post the top coaches. That can go on and on like that. I am very, very motivated in the morning. I understand some people are motivated at night, but my motivation all comes in the morning. So I come up with all these Facebook posts that they just come out of my mind in the morning. So I pull up several tabs on my computer, or pages, I guess they're called different things on different computers. And I actually pull Facebook up on each one of them. And I will type out my post, put the picture on, whatever it is. And then throughout the day, I can go through and click post, and then I X out of that page. Or I know it's so important to post at night because people sit around on their couches, they get their kids to bed, they go to lay to bed. I'm already in bed by then because I like to go to bed at like 7. So this works really well for me, or if you're like me, because right before you can go to bed, you can click post on that last page and then X out of that. So right now, if I'm looking at my computer, I have 4 of them up. So when I get off this call, I'll probably hit post on another one. And then later, like probably right around supper time, I'll hit post on another one. And they don't all have to be Beachbody. I mean, actually, they should not all be Beachbody. They're just different things, but still inviting. And I always show drinking my Shakeology, a workout, food prep, or daily motivation. Those are things that I say that all the coaches should do one time every day. That doesn't mean they need to do a picture of their Shakeology, workout, food prep, and motivation, but they need to at least do one of them every single day. And I am a very faithful woman, so I like to a lot of times post, faithful quotes. So, you can incorporate, if you're into something else like homeschooling or, I don't know, whatever you're into, you can post something about that. But it's very important that people keep seeing your posts throughout the day so they can keep liking, because the more they like, the more you're going to pop up on their news feed. So that's, if you are a morning person, do that. In the morning when you open up, just open up 4 or 5 pages and make your Facebook post, but you don't post them all. Just keep them up, and then once you post them, X out of them.
I've never done it like that before, and I love that. I'm learning something new today.
Well, I have tried the ones that, like Hootsuite, I guess, or the ones I have tried that. And I don't get real motivated to do that because I don't know. I would love to sit down and do a whole month's worth, but I am so inspired in the morning that I love just to go by my daily messages of what I'm feeling. And that works for me. Some people, it might work best for them if they can do Hootsuite or something like that and do a whole month. I mean, bless your heart. I wish I could be that way, but I can't. And then, and another thing that I always say is the power hour. I do a sometimes I only do a power half an hour. It might be all the time I have time for. If you don't have a power hour, I know that Charity, you probably have that post on your team page. I know I do, like in the file sections.
Yeah.
But basically what I have, and I'll just run through these very quickly. I invite at least 2 people every day, no matter what. I reach out to 2 new people. And I don't just say, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach. How are you? Hey, how are you? How's the kids? How's this? Yeah. I do my workout and drink Shakeology every day. I listen to at least 10 minutes of personal development every day, and I never, ever, ever not do that. I'm on a call. I answer emails and Facebook posts every single day. I always listen to the team calls or the national wake up call. Now, while the national wake up call is going on, I work. So I cannot listen to it live, but I always make sure that I either, I put it right here on my iPhone and I can listen to it. I go for a walk or I walk on my treadmill and listen to it. Yeah. I feel like I'm getting two things done at once. I'm exercising and doing, listening to that. I always review the breaking coach news on the Coach Online Office. And I already mentioned that I check into all the Facebook groups. So, and another one that I have on here is always post inspirational, engaging things on Facebook page throughout the day. So, I try to really make my posts. I think it's very important is that I try to make my Facebook posts a lot of times not always end with a question or, like, have you done this? Or does anybody know? Or a lot of times if I'm really wondering something that possibly could have a lot of answers, I put it on Facebook instead of just Googling. I put it on Facebook and say, can anybody help me or does anybody know? And not only do I like to do that because every time somebody comments, it puts yourself on their news feed, but I truly, truly like to find out different answers from different people rather than just Googling and finding out from strangers. So, I don't spend a lot of time on Beachbody. I would love to devote more time to Beachbody, but I really don't have it right now. So instead of finding the time, I truly make the time. And if I can make the time with all that I have going in my life right now, I know that anybody can. So I would say that my to-do list that I do every day and my power hour are two of the absolute most important things that has helped me get and helped me stay successful with Beachbody.
Exactly. And I love that you do all of these basic things every single time, every single day. And it's not about making time. It's about finding time and keeping your priorities straight because you have a really big reason to make this business work. And that reason drives you to push harder and reach higher every day.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, it does. I mean, I like to be professional. I don't like things to be, teeny bopperish or, for lack of better terms, immature. But at the same time, I'm just who I am and what I am. I mean, you just saw Oakley walk up because he came from the neighbor's house. I mean, things happen. You get interrupted, and it doesn't always have to be so absolutely 100% professional. I am a mom, and I promote myself as a mom because that's what I am. I mean, I'm not a businesswoman, that I'm trying to hide my child. I mean, I like to be professional, but I'm also very real. And, right now I'm working from home with Beachbody, and I have a child here. So it is what it is. And, I think if people just realize that they can do all of this. I mean, the other day I took my son, I had so many Beachbody emails to answer back to. And, I took my son to the park and he played for about 20 minutes while I just absolutely belted out every one of those emails. I got them all out. And then I had the rest of the other 40 minutes to sit there and swing with him and play with him one-on-one. So you can kind of just work Beachbody in wherever it works good for you.
Exactly. And that's what I love about this business is it truly is, it takes, getting out of your comfort zone, putting the priority and your reason why at the forefront of every single day. And I mean, all it takes is some passion and an iPhone or an Android, whatever kind of smartphone you have. I love my iPhone and all my Apple products. I know you do too, but that's all it takes is the courage to step outside of your comfort zone and reach for bigger and badder dreams. I never thought I would be successful, yet here I am 7 years later. This is my full-time job. I get to work from home and be present in my daughter's life. And I know that this has blessed your life so much, and that you never would have been able to do it if you hadn't taken that leap to sign up to be a coach and own it and share your life with people.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's, first of all, it's saved my life twice.
Yeah.
And, gotten me in the best shape that I've ever been, fitness wise and, healthy, just being healthy. Yeah. And that right there is so, so important. And then, enabled, to just kind of run my own business, of helping people. It's very rewarding. Yeah.
It's a dream come true. And I mean, anybody with some passion, or even if you are thinking about becoming a coach, anybody could do this. And I mean, we are looking to have people join our team. My team is the Revolution, and you are part of my team, but your team is called, share it with everybody.
Team Energy.
Team Energy. I love your team. And we're looking for people to join us. I mean, when we started out as coaches, neither one of us had a lot of confidence. We just had a great story with some products. I wasn't even in the best shape of my life when I started. I just wanted a discount on the products. And I turned that little bit of passion into a lifestyle. As I've been a single mom. I recently got remarried, but I'm still like a married single mom because my husband's 400 miles away, and I'm still able to be home full time as a coach and help people reach their goals while I get to reach my own. It's really, truly blessed my life, and I know that it's blessed your life. And just being able to surround myself with amazing people like you, Amber, that truly is one of my favorite parts about being a coach.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. That's so nice of you. Yeah, and I think it's just important that people know that, when you become a coach, or even if you are a coach now, you're not just given this and told, okay, here you go, have fun. I mean, I still, I've been a coach for 4.5 years, and I still come to you a lot. And I have coaches that I say to my coaches, I'm like, if you don't know what to say, copy and paste to me what people are asking you. Yeah. And I will help you on what to say, because that's what we do, is we coach our coaches. So it's, it's a complete circle. And I know that when I was down with chemo, my coaches were able to come to you and were to ask you for help and support. And there's times when I've had, some of my coaches have to fill in for me on my challenge groups because, something's come up. So we really are like a big family. And, I know that just this morning I was helping with one of my coaches, and she's like, I can't believe it. You just help me all the time. Whenever I ask, you're right there to help me. And I'm like, yeah, but one day you're going to do this for one of your coaches too. Just watch. It'll dwindle. You'll learn all this, and you'll be able to help your coach and others as well. So that's one great thing about it, is you don't have to, you do have to have the spark in you, and you do have to have the want in you, and you do have to remember. I mean, I always tell people that the most important thing, the absolute most important thing is not giving up, because I'm sure everybody's seen that little picture out there. That little man is digging a tunnel, and he is like literally so close to getting it, and he gives up. And sometimes that's how people are. They just give it just a little bit of time, and right when they're just about to smash and hit it big, they're like, and they give up. And, I think of all the times that I considered giving up, or maybe my paychecks were low, or, when I had cancer, or, when times were tough, or my husband was gone, or, and I think back, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I didn't give up. And I'm so glad that there was one time, I think I was a coach for 2 years, and I had a negative paycheck. Yeah, I actually had somebody return something, and I had a negative paycheck. And I could have right then and there stopped it. Right then and there, I could have been like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm not doing this anymore. And I remember the next week I was actually out visiting my sister, and I remember checking in, and my paycheck then the next week was over $600.
What?
So, yeah. Yeah, so I just remember sitting on her recliner and her couch because, I get up super, super early. And I remember thinking to myself, thank God I did not give up last week when I wanted to just stop when I got that horrible, yucky IOU paycheck. So that's the only time I've ever had that happen, that paycheck. But, that wasn't my first or second week. I think I had been a coach for a year when that happened. So, you just have to remember that, the giving up is for the weak. If you just stay strong and stay positive, it's, you just can't give up. You just absolutely can't give up. And that's the most important thing.
Yeah. Never, ever give up, and realize that this business, you will not get rich quick. It is about cultivating those relationships with people and just being consistent and sharing on social media. That is really what it takes, is to just be there every day, even when it's hard, because I have those hard days too, even as a coach of 7 years.
Yeah.
Have it. And one other thing I just wanted to say, that you don't have to have the perfect gift wrapped boxed life to be successful. You've got to turn your mess into your message. And Amber, you're a perfect example of that.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
I love you so much, and I'm so proud of you. I'm really grateful that you took some time out of your day to share with our Revolution and Team Energy family and everybody else on Facebook. Amber, you are such an example to me and to the entire network of coaches, and really just everybody that follows you. I have so much respect for you and all that you've been through, and thank you for sharing with me.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Charity.
I love you. Love you. If anybody has any questions, please comment below this video, and I will do my best to answer, and I'll make sure that Amber is tagged under the post too, so you guys can learn more if you have any questions about Amber's cancer, heart attack, Shakeology, any of it, or how you can join our team, because we are always looking to add to our family and grow big dreams and big businesses together, because that's what it's about, paying it forward every day. So I know you have a ton of errands to run, so I will let you go, and I just really am grateful to have you. And I do love you. I wish I was there to give you a big hug, but we're on opposite sides of the country.
One day soon.
Yeah. You're going to go to Punta Cana, right?
Absolutely. I'm taking Brody with me because last year I took Taylor. So
oh my gosh. Okay.
Brody and I are set to go.
This is going to be our 4th time meeting in a tropical place on vacation. So April, it's on. I can't wait. We're going to have so much fun. So have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Talk to you soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye.